Yeah, there is a myth that IT and security issue is the silver bullet here, and that if I get those in order, then I will be able to be GDPR compliant, or that there may be a solution out there which is a GDPR in the box that I can buy and be GDPR compliant. The reality is that the articles within the GDPR really refer, for the main part, around data and around the data you hold. And it's really about looking at the data and looking at the life cycle of the data. How did you collect the data in the first instance? What is the lawful basis for having that data? What are you doing with the data? Who's accessing the data? Where is that data residing? And of course, an important element of that is security.
Pseudonymisation as a concept is relatively new to GDPR, number one. Number two, in layman's terms, we're taking personally identifiable information and we're obfuscating it so that nobody can infer who the actual individual or individuals are. Care should be taken when looking at these procedures and technological solutions in asking the question, can this be reversed, number one? For example, if it's a tokenization type approach, references to the tokens that are used to swap for meaningful data could be retained somewhere else. Similarly, from a viewpoint of metadata, which is extracts of data that isn't necessarily obfuscated, but deemed to be to have an inability to re-identify that person or persons, that there's no ability for researchers, example, or competitors to take that information and effectively reverse engineer the pseudonymization and come up with the original identities of people. Case in point, search on the internet, you'll find plenty of studies and papers on the hit rate for reversing this identification of people. The one I looked at recently was 70%, which is quite meaningful.
Yeah, I think it would be wise, and I'd recommend organisations to look at the existing tools that they have in place, that they've invested in, and to understand whether they can actually leverage more out of those tools to help them get compliant around GDPR. One example I would offer is if you are an existing Enterprise Vault customer, what you probably don't realise is that Enterprise Vault, I would argue, is essentially a purpose-built GDPR repository. And if you manage to ingest all the personal data that you had in the estate into Enterprise Vault, the automated workflows, classification, retention management, policy management would really help you get to a place of compliance.